everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Javiah with Gifted Hands by Javiah, and in today's video I'm going to show you 5 different last minute DIY gift ideas featuring products from the Dollar Tree. If you are looking for something simple and beautiful to make without breaking the bank, you want to stick around and watch this video to the end. Please don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe to my channel. The first project I'm going to show you how to make is this beautiful photo frame that I picked up from the Dollar Tree, aka the $1.25 and up tree. The Dollar Tree is no longer the Dollar Tree. They have products in there that cost $3, some cost $5, some cost $10. So Dollar Tree, I'm going to need for you to change your name ASAP. I picked up this photo frame from the photo frames section, and what caught my attention was the hexagon shape. I absolutely love hexagon shapes, items, products, anything with a hexagon shape I love. And it's black, and black is one of my favorite colors. What we're going to do with this is we're just going to replace the image that's inserted in between these two acrylic pieces here, and we're going to replace it with a photo that we're going to print from home. Now, you can use whichever printer you already have, or you can go to a printing shop such as Staples, Walgreens, Walmart, and get your images printed if you do not have a printer. I am going to be using a photo printer because I have a photo printer, but you can use an inkjet printer, you can use a laserjet printer. You just want to make sure your ICC color profiles are correct for photo printing. That way you can get the best quality results when you're printing a photo. I'm going to be using my Canon IP8720 photo printer. And I am going to be using this brand photo paper, which is by Canon. It is the Photo Paper Pro Platinum Glossy. You can use whichever photo paper brand of your choice. And I'm going to manually cut this image out. So I'm going to manually cut my image out, I should say. And I'm going to be using my paper trimmer, which is this, okay? You don't have to manually cut out your image. You can use a die cutting machine if you want, but I'm just going to just manually cut it out to speed up the process. So let's head on over to desktop mode and let's size, print, and cut out our image. Let's go. Today I'm going to be using Silhouette Studio. I do have Silhouette Studio Business Edition. However, you can use whichever creative software of your choice. The very first thing that I'm going to do is ensure that my canvas size matches the size of my media that I'm going to be using. I've already done that. My canvas size is 8.5 by 11. I've already imported my image as well, so now it's time to resize it, select it, and then I am going to unlock the aspect ratio. My width is going to be 4 inches and my height is also going to be 4 inches. I'm going to lock that into place. That didn't work, so I'm just going to do it again. 4 inches by 4 inches. And there we go. And now I'm going to lock it into place. Let's bring that up and let's zoom in. Now, the picture kind of sort of got distorted a little bit. So what I'm going to do to fix that is I'm going to head over here to the fill panel, which looks like a little paint palette. I'm going to select the dirt icon here at the top. And right here by aspect ratio, I'm going to select the F on the left. And that adjusted my photo. Now it is time to print. Don't worry about this extra space here. I am going to actually use this space for our next project. If you have any other projects that you're going to need photo paper for, please do not throw out the scraps, use them, okay? So now I'm just going to go ahead and print this out. I'm going to select my printer icon here on the left hand side. I'm going to select print. I'm going to select my printer, which is my Canon printer here. Preferences. I'm going to make sure photo printed is selected. My media type is going to be the Photo Paper Pro Platinum. My print quality is going to be high. My printer paper is going to be 8.5 by 11. My orientation is going to be portrait. My paper source is going to be the rare tray, and I only need 1 copy. Then I'm going to click on OK and then print. Okay, here is our beautiful photo here. So now what I'm going to do is just remove this little clear piece here and then remove our image from the inside of the acrylics carefully. Oh, I ripped it. Be careful. Get this little piece here, if I can get it. So now I'm just going to take our image, or my image I should say, and insert that in there like so. And there we have it. Let me even it out a little bit over here. Okay, just make sure I got it nice and even. Okay, there we go. Beautiful picture. Now from here, you can add a customized text. You can, do whatever it is that you wanted to do. You even could have changed the color of the hexagon and spray painted it, but I think this is absolutely beautiful and I will give it away just like this. The second project I'm going to show you how to make is this photo cube. I picked this up in the photo frame section as well, and I think this is going to be so cute. It has an acrylic outer exterior, and the photos are actually glued on top of the box that's inside the acrylic, and I'm going to show you. So let me take a pair of scissors real quick and remove the clear plastic. Okay, and this is what it looks like. So I'm just going to open this up. So the 2 acrylic pieces look like this. And then here we have our box. And I love what they've done with this box. They made the images in the directions we need to adhere our images. So I really love that. So this takes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 images. And now it's time to measure it to see how large we need to make our images. So I'm going to take my measuring tape and I'm going to measure the width and the height. And I got 2.2 inches. So I'm going to go ahead and size all of my images, print them out, and then I'm going to manually cut them and glue them onto the box. Here are our beautiful 5 images printed out at 2.4 inches by 2.4 inches, and just look at the quality. Amazing. This is absolutely beautiful. This is my brother, his wife, and their baby, my nephew, and I love how this came out. Okay, real quick, this was the scrap left from our first project. I thought I was gonna have enough space to use for this project, but unfortunately I didn't. So I am not gonna throw this out. I'm going to use it for another project. And I'm going to do the same with the excess paper here. Also, I ran out of the Platinum Pro paper, so I ended up having to use the Canon semi-gloss paper, which has a watermark on the back of it. And this is what it looks like. This is the semi-gloss paper right here. And I'm okay with the watermark on the back because these images are going to be glued to this box. So let's go ahead and cut these out real quick. All right, y'all, so here are our pictures all cut and ready to be adhered. And I'm just going to go ahead and adhere them to the box just the way these images are shown here. Okay. And I am going to be using my fave, my 3-in-1 beacon glue. I decided to cover the bottom of the box with a piece of red cardstock, so I cut it out and adhered it to the bottom. Our cube is completed, and look at how gorgeous that came out. Beautiful. Added a piece of cardstock on the bottom there, and that is absolutely amazing. Gorgeous. Okay, so now let's put it back inside of our acrylic. Oops, this way. Take that. Gorgeous. I am literally obsessed with how this came out. Who would have ever thought, right? Beautiful gift. Beautiful gift. Okay, let's go on to project number 3. On to project number 3. Woohoo! All right, so for project number 3, I'm going to be using this wooden palette purchased from the $1.25 tree and up in the wooden craft area. And I also purchased these clothespins as well, located in the same area. I purchased some permanent vinyl in the color white in the craft section, and then some sponge brushes as well in the craft section. So for this project, I'm going to be using my Cricut machine because I'm going to be adding some text. I'm going to be using that scrap piece of photo paper that we had left over from our first project, which is right here. And I'm going to show you how you can create a custom size so that you can print your image on this custom size here without wasting any more 8.5 by 11 paper. So I'm going to show you how to do that. And then we are going to put this project together. I am also going to be using red vinyl. That is a different brand vinyl. My local Dollar Tree didn't have any more red vinyl, so I will be using some extra vinyl that I already have home by Oracle, and transfer paper by Cricut to transfer the vinyl onto the wood. Transfer paper I already had at home as well, so I didn't want to purchase any more. And also, this is optional, I'm going to be using some black acrylic paint. Of course, I already had this at home, and this is optional. I'm going to be painting the palette black, but you can leave it unfinished if you want. Okay, so let's get started with project number 3. So now that our palette is painted black, I'm going to let that dry. Now, keep in mind, I did leave the natural wood color peeping through in the back like this because I am going to leave my natural wood clothespin this color as well. All right, and you'll just see how everything comes together when it's time to create the project. All right, everyone, so we are on to project number 3, and I am back here in Silhouette Studio because I am going to show you how you can create a custom size to print out your images. So I'm going to be using my scrap sheet of paper that I have from the very first project. I trimmed it down to 6 inches by 6 inches, okay? So I'm going to make my canvas size 6 by 6, okay? So 6 by 6. Okay. That is going to be the size photo paper that I'm going to print. Then I have my image here. I already sized it down to 2.5 inches in width by 3.35 inches in height. That is the size that I need for this project. And of course, I will have extra space here left for other projects, all right? So now it's time to go ahead and print. I am going to select print, the printer icon, print again. I'm going to select my printer, which is the Canon printer, preferences. Before we do anything, I want to change my paper size to a custom paper size. So I'm going to select where it says printer paper size. And right here where it says custom, I'm going to select custom. Then I am going to select the width to be the height 6 inches and the height to be 6 inches. Then I am going to click on OK. That changes the paper size so that we can print on a 6x6 paper, photo paper. All right. So then I'm just going to go ahead and check the rest of the media types, the print quality. Everything else looks good. I'm going to click on OK, and then I'm going to click on apply, and then I'm going to click on print. Then I'm going to insert my 6x6 photo paper in my printer to print this image out. Okay, y'all. So here is the 6x6 photo paper. Gonna put that in there and then let this print on out. For project number 3, I'm going to be using Cricut Design Space. So I'm going to head over here to the text icon here, and I'm going to type out my text. I'm then going to change my font. Then I'm going to resize the text. Then I'm going to duplicate this and add some more text. Okay, here I'm going to zoom in a little bit more where it says Paul and Javiah. There's a big space between the N and the J, and I don't like that. So I'm going to select ungroup. I'm going to select my name Javiah and then just use the left arrow key to move it over. And I like how that looks, so I'm going to select everything here, group it back together, and then attach. Okay, and I just want to make sure I am paying attention to the dimensions because the height of each wooden panel is 1 inch and I only have about 3.4 inches of width room for the text, considering the size of our image that we're going to be using. And I'm going to do the same thing with the My Forever Love as well. I'm just going to ungroup that and just bring them in just a tad closer. I'm also going to add a heart here because it's going to be one panel that's empty. So I'm going to add a red heart here. Then these two last panels will have Paul and Javiah established in 2015. I'm going to head over here to the shapes and then I'm going to grab a heart and then I'm just going to resize the heart. And let's make the height about 7.5 inches. And then we'll make this red. Okay. Now this is all ready to get cut out. I'm going to select make it and I'm going to cut everything out on the same mat. So I'm going to select mat number 2 and then I'm going to select these 3 dots, move object, and then I'm going to select the first mat and move the heart to that mat. And then I'm going to take the heart and I'm just going to put it right underneath the text here. And I'm just going to space these out so I can give myself some space when it's time to weed these out. So the text will be black vinyl and then the heart will be red vinyl. This is not going to be HTV, so I'm not going to mirror them. I'm just going to go ahead and select continue. My set base material is going to be vinyl. I'm going to put the pressure to more and then I am going to go ahead and load my mat. Okay, y'all, so that did not cut well at all, and I truly believe it's the font that I chose is too skinny. So I'm going to go back into Design Space and find a different font, cut that out, and then I'll come back and show you what it looks like. But this is how the Amalfi Coast cut with the vinyl. All right, y'all, so I cut it out again. I used 2 different fonts just to see, and it looks like it cut good. I changed the settings. I don't know what I was thinking about putting the pressure to more with skinny fonts like this, but I put it to less. Same material, which was vinyl, and this is how it came out. So let's see how well this weaves. That was an epic fail as well. The vinyl did not cut all the way through, and so when I peeled it away, nothing stuck to my transfer tape at all. It was like the vinyl was just scored. So I decided to use some white HTV by Siser, and that worked like a charm. All right, y'all, I don't know what's happening with me and my Cricut blade, but it wasn't cutting through the material. I don't know if I need to get a new blade. I don't know what's happening. I definitely didn't have time to figure it out either because I'm trying to get this video out. But I ended up scratching the vinyl from the $1.25 and Uptree. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to just use some HTV to make my life easier. So I'm going to use HTV instead. And hopefully it works out. I like HTV. It weeds really nicely. See, look at that. I don't know, y'all, maybe it was the vinyl from the $1.25 and Uptree, but I will say this: I have used vinyl from there before. I used black vinyl and it was amazing, but I will say this as well: I made it with a larger text and font as well. So that could be something. I don't know. I just got to play around with it. But I just couldn't believe that I was experiencing all of that trouble, y'all. It was crazy. And I work with small text all the time. So I really wasn't too sure as to what was happening. But anyway, there's always a workaround. I use some Siser HTV, and I'm just going to apply that onto my wooden panels. So I want to go ahead and weed this out, and then I will come right back and we will finish the project. I zoomed in so y'all can see how the Siser Easy Weed vinyl weeds. Look at that. And this was the small font that I originally used. So y'all, it could be the vinyl itself. You know, you pay for what you get sometimes. But the Siser Easy Weed HTV has never done me wrong. So I just wanted to zoom in and show y'all how easy that was. All right, y'all, we are almost at the finish line with project 3. Before we continue, I just want to show you that I actually had an extra one of these palettes, and I decided to paint this one. This particular one has 4 wooden panels, and I wanted to use 4. The other one that I had 5. So all I did was just paint this one, and then we're going to be using this one instead of the other one. Here is our picture that we printed on our 6x6 photo paper. As you can see, this is without the light. My phone had the light on when I was printing it from my printer, but you can see how beautiful that black and white image came out. Beautiful, stunning. We have our clothespins, our vinyl, and then our paper trimmer. So I'm going to go ahead, cut our paper, and then I also, since we're going to be using HTV, I have my mini press ready to go. So let's start. Okay, so here is our picture all ready to go. I also grabbed a Teflon sheet so that we can protect our vinyl from actually burning. Even though it has a clear protective covering, we just want to make sure it's extra safe. So I'm just going to go ahead and start here at the top like so. And I see that there's a piece of vinyl here that I don't want, so I'm just going to go ahead and remove that with my hand and then just place this at the edge. Just use my picture as a guide here. Okay, and I'm just going to align everything up just so I can get a visual. Okay, that looks pretty good. And remember, this one is not HTV. This one is regular vinyl. So I'm not going to be heating this up. All right, and so that's what it's looking like so far, you guys. Okay, so now I'm just going to take my red heart and I'm just going to just peel it. And I'm just going to place it right in the middle. Push that down. Okay. Now it's time for our picture. So I'm going to use, again, my handy dandy 3-in-1 beacon glue. And I actually have a whole bunch of glue right here. Y'all see that? Take a piece of paper towel to remove that. Then I am just going to apply a little bit of glue right here. Not the whole thing, just right here. Because essentially I want it to be like this. Like that. I'm just going to take a little bit of glue. A little bit right here. You can use hot glue. You can use wood glue. 3-in-1 glue I live by for majority of my projects. A little bit, and then I am just going to just turn it this way so I can see, and then just place it right here and apply a little pressure. Then I'm just going to take my picture, open that up, place that right in there. There we have it. I absolutely love this. All right, y'all, so we're on to project number 4, which is this wooden heart frame from the $1.25 and up tree. And this has been very popular a few years ago, and I just wanted to see what I can make with this as a gift idea. So I have this. I'm going to stain the wood with this wood stain here. I am going to create the heart template. I'm going to take this out and trace it. So I have some white copy paper and a pencil, and I got some colored cardstock. I'm going to be using black and red because what I'm going to do is I am going to make something really cute out of that to put on top of our frame. I'm also going to be using some vinyl, some black HTV vinyl, and y'all, literally that's it. So let's get started. Okay, y'all, so I'm gonna start off by staining the wooden frame. I'm taking some paper towel and I'm just going around the entire frame, front and back. Make sure you're in a ventilated area as well. All right, you guys, so for project 4, we're gonna head back here in Cricut Design Space. This is not a new canvas. This is the same canvas that I used for the previous project. I just cleared, or I should say hid, the text that we used. So the very first thing I'm going to do is head over here to where it says images, and I'm going to click on that. Here in the search field, I'm going to type puzzle. Then I'm going to search for the puzzle piece that I want to use. And I do have Cricut access. If you don't have access, you can search the free puzzle images that they have available. I'm just going to select this one right here and then add to canvas. So now I'm just going to take my puzzle and resize it. I want to resize it to about 1.25 inches in height. And then I'm just going to duplicate these a few times. Then I'm going to select a few and change one color to red. And then the others will stay black. And I actually need to duplicate a little bit more because I'm going to be doubling these pieces. So I'm just going to go ahead and duplicate a few more. Once I have all of the puzzle pieces that I want to use, I'm going to select them all, kind of sort of organize them as best as possible, group, and then I'm going to hide. And I'm going to do the same thing for this set over here. This is optional. You don't have to do this. Now I'm going to work on the text that I want for my frame. So I'm going to head over here to text. And I'm going to type out. Now I definitely want to change the font for this. And we also have to resize it. So I'm going to select each one. And I love Great Vibes. So let's change it to Great Vibes. So I'm going to select all of this. And then I'm going to select align center horizontally, and that is going to center everything horizontally. And I'm just going to play around with the spacing. Then I'm going to select this again and then make sure that the size is correct, and I need the width to be 4 inches. Okay, that looks pretty good. Should I capitalize this T? Let's see what the capital T looks like. I think I like the capital T, so let me select this again, align center horizontally, and then let's space these out. Okay, so from here, I'm just going to go ahead and attach this. This is ready to go. This is going to be cut out with HTV, and then I'm going to unhide our puzzle pieces, and these are going to be cut out with cardstock. So now I'm just going to go ahead and select make, and then I'm just going to go ahead and cut all of these out with my Cricut machine, and then we're going to finish project number 4. All right, so here is our picture. This was actually the scrap from project number 2. So I used that for this project here, and I decided to not do the template route because it was easy for me to just use this as a template, print the picture out, and then just trace the picture like that. So I'm going to show you how to do that. Also, I just use regular 65-pound cardstock to cut out the puzzle pieces, okay? And I'm going to double them. So I'm going to glue 2 together to make it a little bit thick. And the settings that I used in Cricut Design Space was light cardstock, more pressure. Okay, so I did red and black. And the vinyl was black Siser vinyl. And I'm going to use that to put here. My mini press is all ready to go, and I have my Teflon. So I also have my glue as well. So I'm going to speed past this part and talk you through each step. I'm taking that heart piece that came with the wooden frame, and I am tracing it around my image with a pin. Then I'm taking a pair of scissors and cutting out my image in the shape of that heart. Now I am taking my puzzle pieces and I am gluing 2 together to give it thickness and sturdiness. This is optional. You do not have to do this. Also, the Dollar Tree does have wooden puzzle pieces as well if you wanted to take that route. Now I am weeding away my black HTV, and that was so easy to do. It was 1, 2, 3. I love Siser vinyl. It's the best. Then I took my vinyl and I placed it onto my wood, pressed it down with my mini press using a Teflon sheet just to make sure that it was all secured. Then I took my heart, placed it right back into the slot, played around with where I wanted my puzzle pieces to be placed on the wood, and once I figured that out, I went ahead and I adhered them onto the frame, and literally that is all to it, guys. Family, project number 4 is completed. Look at how adorable this is. I love you to pieces. Now I will say this, I had to shift the picture over to the left only so that this part of the heart does not cover my son's face. That's why it's all of this extra space over here from the picture. But nonetheless, I love this, y'all, and we got it from the $1.25 and up tree. Gorgeous, gorgeous. All right, let's head on over to our last and final gift project. Lego. Family, we are on to the 5th and last project. Okay, this is going to be custom coasters using wood planks from the $1.25 and up tree, and I have some cork adhesive sheets here also from the $1.25 tree. Now I am going to be staining these wood planks, so I have the wood stain again, and I am going to be using some black paint to give it a little extra like a little design kind of vibe going on there. I'm going to show you what I'm going to do. And I have again my Beacon 3-in-1 glue because we are going to be gluing the planks together to give it a little bit of thickness. Paintbrush, paper towel, and painter's tape. I'm also going to be customizing them with a little saying here, love, peace, and happiness. So I am going to be using some HTV again, which means that I got to use my Cricut mini press again and my Cricut design space. So without further ado, let's get started. All right, y'all, I'm gonna start off with the wooden planks. First, I am going to glue 2 of the planks together using my Beacon 3-in-1 glue just to give it a little bit of extra thickness. I decided to use clamps as they dry just to help keep everything nice and in place. Once that is done, I am going to take some painter's tape and I'm just going to apply the tape at the edge, and then on the other side I'm going to use my wood stain to stain the wood. The painter's tape is going to serve as a place where I'm going to apply my black acrylic paint. So it's going to be one side wood and then the other side is going to be the black acrylic paint. And as you can see, I just took that painter's tape and placed it on the other side by the wood so that I can get a nice clean line as I applied the black acrylic paint. This was so easy to do. Once I finished applying the black acrylic paint, I went ahead and went into Cricut Design Space to cut out my text, which was love, peace, and happiness. Weeded that away, and now we are just going to go ahead and bond them. All right, y'all, so this is what our coasters look like. They are so pretty. I could have cleaned the edges here by the black, but I'm not doing all of that. Your girl is tired, okay? So I have my vinyl all weeded and ready to go, and I'm just going to just place them here. And I forgot to weld these texts together, so I do see where the cut lines begin and where they end, but that is okay. And I forgot to take out these little pieces here as well. So if you're going to be working with fonts that have fonts that meet up like this, not meet up, but like are connected, you want to weld it. All right, so I'm just going to place this here Is that even? Fold it in half. Give it a crease so I can find the center point. All right. That should be good. Take my Teflon mini press. Press this down. So now what I will do is I would apply the back corking, the adhesive cork sheet to the back of these like so, and then I will come back and show you the finished product. Okay, so the cork sheet has an adhesive backing, so I'm just going to peel the white backing away from the cork sheet. And let's see, I'll line this up. Has a little bit of overage right here. I could trim that though. It's not too bad. Gorgeous. Love how that turned out, y'all. Look. All right, so now I will take all of these love, peace, happiness, and I will put them on top of each other like that, and then I will tie it with some twine that I also had purchased from the $1.25 tree. You can do twine, you can do ribbon. I just like twine for this type of look we got going on here. Where are my scissors? Grab my scissors. Just trim that off. And then now I will tie it. Scratch the twine. I got the ribbon instead. I like how the ribbon looks. So I'm just going to trim the tails off just a little bit like so. And y'all, we are officially completed with our project. Woo-wee! We've made it to the finish line, everyone. I really hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give me a thumbs up and consider subscribing to my channel. I really truly hope you all enjoyed these beautiful 5 DIY gift ideas with Dollar Tree products. Happy holidays, everyone.